Chords, definitely chords. So, scales and chords. What should you learn first? Chords, especially if you're a beginner. I found that learning chords first enables you to create music, learn how to play songs faster, and get you started on your journey to understanding the relationship between scales and chords. But what is a chord? Well, from Wikipedia, in music, a guitar chord is a set of tones played on a guitar. Chords notes are often played simultaneously, but they can be played sequentially in an arpeggio. The implementation of guitar chords depends on the guitar tuning. From Fender, at its simplest, a chord is a combination of three or more different notes sounded together. Please note that this is the simplest terms because chords can get pretty complex, but I will leave that to you if you would like to define your guitar skills further. If this is your first time here and would like to learn more guitar and music things, please go ahead and hit that bell and that subscribe button. So speaking of defining your guitar skills further, what do I mean by that? I believe the first thing you need to ask yourself is, how good of a guitar player do you want to be? Are you just wanting to learn chords to play songs with friends, campfire, church, and whatnot, or are you trying to go deeper with your learning to try and be the next Van Halen or somewhere in the middle? You see, most songs that you hear on the radio are mainly chord-based. These songs are faster to learn on the guitar due to its simplicity. I feel that if you are to start on the guitar, you should learn chords first, prevent burning out or giving up, because you will learn how to play a song sooner than later, which keeps things interesting. Rather than if you started with scales, I feel the repetition in drills could get a little bit dull because it's really not all that fun learning scales until you actually know what to do with them. With chords, you will have to put in the time to learn chords and build up your dexterity to be able to play along to some of your favorite songs. But nonetheless, it will be a faster way to get things going rather than trying to understand all the scales. There's also the social aspect of learning songs faster because playing songs in a social situation is way more accepted than drilling through scales, as this will really alienate the people around you. So having songs handy at parties, campfires, or around friends gives off a more inclusive overall vibe and creates a great atmosphere. I mean, who can turn down a sing-along, right? No one. So now that we've decided that chords should be learned first, here's 10 chords to get you started on your learning path. After you get familiarized with chords, the next thing you should do is learn how to play them in time. You should also know how to switch between chords, as switching between chords is key to making it all sound seamless. Try to learn a song with 3 or 4 chord patterns first and start there. Here's a few of those songs with 3 to 4 chord patterns that you could start with. So in order to practice chords correctly, remember that timing is everything when playing chords. The metronome will be your friend in getting the timing right. If you are practicing a certain song, find the song's BPM, Google it up, and set your metronome to that BPM to practice switching chords and playing it on the correct time. Play along with the song, but make sure to not get frustrated when things get challenging. Instead, Set a time to practice, master the chords, and increase accordingly as you progress. Start with 10 minutes, then maybe 15, 20, and then so forth. I also suggest recording yourself to hear your progression. Hear areas you need to work on and let others hear you to gain some insightful feedback. Some other things to keep in mind are coordinating your right hand strumming is key as well, so make sure you are paying attention to your strumming technique as your right hand is the rhythm to it all. With these songs, I would work on alternate strumming, which is a down, up, down pattern. Make sure that all the notes in your chord shapes are ringing true. No dull, muted, or slightly bent strings that will make your chords sound. You don't have to play the chord shapes to learn them. Building strength by holding the shapes also helps your finger muscles become more familiar with the shape. By now, you are probably wondering why I haven't talked about scales. What about scales? Do you need to learn them? Well, yes. Scales create the melodic patterns that intertwine with chords. So yes, you will need to learn scales, especially because chords and scales have a direct harmonious relationship. Just like learning chords, learning scales is just as important. It's an absolute guitar skill that you should develop. I won't go into scales now as this video is more focused on chords, but I'll hopefully explore this in the next few videos. For now, focus on those chords. Remember that timing is everything. Practicing how to switch between chords is essential, and play along with the song on the correct BPM or with a metronome to get the rhythm and the strumming correct. And with that, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel and help spread the word. I'll see you next time.